The movie reviewed in this episode is rated R. Listener discretion is advised. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Scary Movie Nights podcast, a bi-weekly podcast where the scares are real, but the friendships are realer. Honestly, that's so true for this film.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, we will be discussing Cabin in the Woods, released in 2011. That's Mariana.
And that's Joan.
And we are your hosts for the night. But first, Mariana, let me ask you, what had you making out with a wolf head trophy?
Ooh. I'm making out with a woodhead.
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 Oh, God.
How much wood could a woodhead wood?
Don't.
Okay.
Don't. 18 plus us.
I'm making out with a wolf head trophy because I've had a lot of time for home projects and I've had a lot of time for sewing projects and crochet projects. So I'm in like my DIY era, which is really fun.
I love that.
So yeah, right now I'm working on a little crochet sweater and I'm actually painting this room, which is why it looks different, maybe.
Yeah, if you're watching.
So
definitely on socials, it'll look different.
Yeah, for sure. I accidentally painted my walls the color that the podcast logo is.
She tripped and painted the walls.
Literally, it was an accident.
It's just
fell.
her. Honestly, I could so see that about you, though. Like, you would trip and create something amazing.
I think my subconscious works like really hard, and I don't my conscious is just like ah-dee-da-dee-da.
Must be nice. The autopilot is on.
Sometimes. Joan, what about you? What has you making out with the wolf head trophy?
I'm making out with a wolf head trophy because I'm on like week 2? No.
Week
1, 2, 3-ish.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2.5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like week and a half with students, and man, let me tell you, it's awesome.
I'm so happy for you.
I actually love it.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm tired as heck. It's still like a lot of work.
Yeah, it's still teaching.
But it's definitely like, I don't know. It's just very different and it's very rewarding in a lot of different ways. So shout out to my students once again.
Shout out
to my students.
Hey.
They're awesome. Yeah, I love it. That's why I'm making out with a wolf head trophy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Use some tongue, Joan.
I mean, she sure did.
Crazy.
But enough about...
Sorry, I just pictured it in my head. That scene was nuts.
I saw you being like transported away to the thing, but enough about that. Let's read the Latin for The Cabin in the Woods. By the way, I had to like correct myself several times because it's not Cabin in the Woods, it's The Cabin in the Woods. Like that is like the official title if you look it up.
I wrote Cabin in the Woods up there.
Yeah. So it's The Cabin in the Woods, not just any cabin.
Got it.
The Cabin in the Woods.
The Cabin.
You better recognize.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a capital THE, like Megan Thee Stallion.
Correct. Or Cabin in the Woods, the.
There you go.
All right, so we're going into our no spoiler synopsis and no spoiler section. So if you have not watched the movie, I highly recommend it.
Oh, for sure.
As I'm sure Mariana does.
Yeah.
And so, but if you haven't watched it, this is safe to listen to. Mariana, take it away.
Alrighty. So, The Cabin in the Woods, 2011, is a science fiction slasher comedy film.
So many subgenres. All the subgenres.
Yep. It follows 5 college students on a trip to a cabin in the woods where they find a mysterious cellar with peculiar items. And upon investigating the items, they find themselves in a fight for survival, but something bigger is at play. Alrighty. Now, noticeably, we have Chris Hemsworth in this movie.
Oh my God.
And this is
thank God.
Pre-Thor Chris Hemsworth. Pre-Marvel Chris Hemsworth.
Yep.
And he plays a big, hot, buff dude who's a psychology major?
Literally, or a sociology major?
Sociology.
Yeah.
And
he's hella smart,
he's
actually.
Smart, yeah. Like he's holding books at the beginning of the movie, so you know he's smart.
Well, yes. First of all,
the scene in the movie, he's like all these books.
Yeah. No,
Okay, it's not like that,
but also like he does recommend books to her. Like he's looking at the books that she's trying to take to vacation in the cabin in the woods, by the way, which I'm like,
girl, it's a weekend.
I understand taking like a book and an enjoyment book to read. But she's taking her college textbooks like for class.
Multiple, plural.
And I'm like,
plural.
Baby girl, it can wait.
Correct.
It's not that serious.
Correct. Also, this is not a spoiler, but the entire first 5 minutes of the movie, she's just in her underwear.
Yes.
Windows fully open.
Yes.
Her friend and her friend's boyfriend walking in, and she's just in her underwear the whole time. And then she's like, he tells her, oh, you're in your underwear, by the way, and she's like, girl, how did you not how are you not aware?
It's such a spoof.
Crazy.
Right? Because like scary movies really do sell sex. Like they really do that all the time. And it's funny because the thing I've always heard about scary movies is that the best way to get you laid is to take your date on a scary movie, because like the adrenaline, like it gets your body hot and stuff like that. And so it just makes you like, it makes you a little randy, you know what I mean?
And raunchy, twirly.
Yeah, twirly.
For that reason, I wore underwear today. I also wore shorts over my underwear, but there's that for all you freaks.
We love it. We love it. But anyway, back to my original point is that like he's not only holding books, but he's also like recommending her like, oh, if you're taking so-and-so's class, you should read this guy because, and then he goes into this like very succinct but fairly in-depth analysis of this author's work. Yeah. And I'm like,
he's smart.
We're thinking, we're working our brains.
Oh my god, he's got like several brain cells rubbing together in there.
Like whoa, so many brain cells?
Yes.
Let me have one.
So Chris Hemsworth, we have Kristen Connolly. So she is the virgin, quote unquote. We have Chris Hemsworth, who's our athlete. Anna Hutchinson's, she's a pre-med student, designated as the whore.
That's
I don't
fine.
know if this is
wait, is it the whore?
That's, according to Wikipedia.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's
the
like
slag.
Have you seen Angus Thongs in Perfect Snogging?
No, what the
Oh my god. First of all, you have to watch it because it's an iconic film. It's got Aaron Taylor Johnson, like 17-year-old Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's in a band. Baby. He's hot. He's a sex god. Per the movie, I am not saying this about 17-year-old Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Okay.
But
wait, is he a literal sex god or is he regarded as a sex god?
The latter.
Okay, got it.
But in the movie, there's this girl who goes to school with them, with Georgia, and they call her Slaggy Lindsay. And anyway, great. We should watch it. It's so funny. It's like a high school film, like a teenage film.
Okay, I love it.
It's crazy.
That's great.
Okay, we have Fran Kranz.
And to answer your question, I don't necessarily think it's that much of a spoiler because these are just archetypes that they're filling throughout the movie.
Yes, we have Fran Kranz as like our fool. He's like a pothead. He's very much giving Shaggy.
Yes.
And we have Jesse Williams. Is this pre Grey's Anatomy?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
I'm looking it up because you were gonna know him from Grey's Anatomy immediately. I don't know who he. Did you watch Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, but not his
name?
parts.
He came in like a little bit later.
Yeah.
Jesse Williams. He played Jackson Avery. But it started in 2005. I don't know when he came in. This might have been around the same time as Grey's Anatomy. So that's our main cast. And then we have Richard Jenkins and Bradley Whitford as Gary and Steve, who are these techs that we see at the very beginning of the movie, which, by the way, I didn't remember. So actually, I lied earlier. It's not the first 5 minutes of the movie that we see Kristen Connolly in her underwear. It's like the second 5 minutes of the movie.
True.
The movie starts with this weird facility and these men who are clearly working like some sort of lab job, but you don't really know what's going on yet.
There's like surveillance and like other funny business going on.
Yeah. And then later on, we'll find out the director of this facility. It's Sigourney Weaver, icon.
Love her.
Yeah, so she's the director, but they also considered Jamie Lee Curtis for the role. And honestly, I can see that also.
Yes, but I like Sigourney Weaver as the director.
I agree.
For reasons I will explain after the spoiler section.
I like Sigourney Weaver as the director for reasons I will not explain. I will not tell you why I like him.
It's just fact.
It's just,
Sigourney Weaver is amazing, period.
Now, for production of this film,
before we get too far ahead,
Yeah.
I will say Jesse Williams. He was in a play somewhat recently, I suppose. I don't know if he's still doing it. I don't even remember what it's called. But it's like a play about a gay baseball player and like his journey through the league and what it means for people in the league and for him and blah, 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 blah. There is a shower scene where he is naked.
Did you see this play?
We watched it. So there were leaks, which I hate because obviously like taking pictures of people who are in a vulnerable position and then spreading it online is like really mean, like not even mean, it's just like so disrespectful. And it's, you know, he didn't give you his consent to spread his pictures online, so please don't. So when you would go into the play, you have to put your phone into this sealed bag, and if you open it,
I remember y'all telling me about this.
And if you open the cell phone, then they kick you out. And but anyway, yes, he is. He is very gifted.
We have it firsthand. Firsthand account.
He was born extremely well.
Yeah, I'm seeing pictures. It's called Take Me Out.
Take Me Out.
There are some pictures that it looks like someone snuck a picture of. They're all blurred. But also he's so ripped. Damn.
He is so ripped in that movie. And honestly, all of the actors in that, in the play, and all of the actors in that play were pretty ripped actually. And at some point or another, just about every single character is in the showers because they're all baseball players.
Yeah.
And they are not shy.
Did they have real water?
Yes, they had real water.
They do that?
Like they brought the showers in and then they would like get wet and like soap up. Bro, it was so homoerotic, honestly.
Yeah, if you want your date to get horny, either Scary Movie or this Jesse Williams play.
Yes, this Jesse Williams play in particular. Yeah. Take your girl or man and they will thank you for it. Correct.
Okay, there was a bit of a hiccup with the release of this film. So it was set to release October of 2009, but then it got pushed to February of 2010. And then it got pushed again to January of 2010 because the film was originally produced by MGM Studios, but it was delayed. I think there's like money issues with the studio. And it was announced that MGM wanted to sell distribution rights to the film, so it sold it to Lionsgate. And so I think it eventually released in 2012.
Whoa.
Which is kind of crazy. And it sold off The Cabin in the Woods as well as Red Dawn, which both actually star Chris Hemsworth. And I'll talk more about, I think this film pretty much led to Chris Hemsworth getting that movie Red Dawn, which do you know anything about it?
I do. I've watched it. Actually.
Yeah, you have seen it. I've never seen it. It's like a bunch of teenagers, right?
Think it's like apocalypse. I think it's remade. I think it's a remake.
Okay.
If I'm incorrect about that, don't at me. But it's a movie about like what happens if the communists or something. No, Korea or North Korea, I think it is, invades the U.S. And so then it's like about the U.S. resistance against the invaders.
And it's a group of like teenagers, right?
Yeah. Okay. It's like Chris Hemsworth and his little brother and then his like group of friends.
His gang.
His gang.
Gang's all here. This film was directed by Drew Goddard. He's written episodes for television shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Alias, and Lost. And then he moved into screenwriting and wrote Cloverfield. He wrote World War Z, which is one of my favorite movies, and The Martian, which is another one of my favorite movies. I watched The Martian literally today.
That's awesome.
I'm reading the book right now, so I was like, I'm craving this. So I'm like reading the book, and I watched the movie today, which is awesome.
Are you going to read World War Z?
No, okay. I started reading World War Z, but World War Z is very, very different. It's not a linear story like the movie is. It's basically like a collection of diary-like entries and accounts of what's happening during, the zombie apocalypse. I think I might be willing to give it another shot. I think I went into the book expecting it to be like the movie, and then when it wasn't, I was like, oh, and I just like closed the book and didn't come back to it. But I am reading The Martian, and I'm also reading Project Hail Mary, which that movie's coming out next year with Ryan Gosling. I'm very excited about it. Anyway, Drew Goddard, our director, he earned a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. So that would be The Martian, which is really cool. And then The Cabin in the Woods was his directorial debut. So this was his first directing job, which is awesome. I think he did a really good job.
He did.
Now our screenplay was by Joss Whedon.
I think it's Joss Whedon.
Joss?
Isn't it?
Oh my God, wait. You're right, it's Joss.
Yes, Joss, yeah.
Joss. Damn. I've never heard that name.
Yeah, Joss Whedon. Actually, I love Joss Whedon. I think, I think he's a little controversial, because some of his stuff's kind of cheesy, but I kind of like it.
There's nothing wrong with cheese.
Joss Whedon did a lot of really cool stuff. Like he did Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog, which I love. He did Dollhouse, I believe, which was a really great show back in the day. But he's done a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, he's written comic books. He's a composer. He's directed and written a ton of movies.
Buffy, he was involved with that.
The Avengers, he was involved in Buffy. So this was written in it was a collaboration between Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard. And they wrote the script in 3 days.
Wow.
It's pretty good. Pretty efficient.
Pretty good, yeah.
I feel like I can picture them in a room just bouncing ideas off of each other and just having the
And then what if this happens?
Yeah. Let's name this one Kevin. That'll make some sleep.
I cannot wait to find out what Kevin is.
I feel like I hyped it up. It is not that
You hyped it up. Yeah, you did.
Okay. We'll get to it later. Yeah. Now, as far as themes and analysis of this film, Joss Whedon said the following. So this is a quote. This is a loving hate letter to the genre. It's a serious critique of what we love and what we don't about horror movies. I love being scared. I love that mixture of thrill, of horror, that objectification / identification thing of wanting definitely for the people to be all right, but at the same time hoping they'll go somewhere dark and face something awful. The things that I don't like are kids acting like idiots, the devolution of the horror movie into torture porn, and into a long series of sadistic comeuppances. Drew and I both felt that the pendulum had swung a little too far in that direction.
That's very interesting. I'm looking up when... Oh, dang. I wonder when did Hostel come out? 2005, and Part 3 came out in 2011, so that makes sense. When did Saw come out? Because 2004. Okay, and then the franchise continued. Yeah, so I mean, that kind of makes sense a little bit, especially him mentioning torture porn. You want to show people some gore because obviously it makes us uncomfortable and it's scary, but sometimes less is more. Also,
it should be relevant and it should be of some substance to the plot and the film as a whole.
You've never seen Terrifier, right?
No, I haven't. Okay. Would you say that adds substance?
If you like horror, if you like gore, then you will love the Terrifier. But it is like an overabundance of gore. It goes beyond what is needed.
I haven't seen it
farther than that, so
probably partially for that reason.
Yeah, and you know what? It was okay. I will say this about Terrifier. I only watched the first one.
Okay.
And I enjoyed the villain, Art, the clown.
Yeah. I've definitely seen him.
He was really fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I really enjoyed him as a character and as a villain.
His name is Art.
His name's Art the Clown. Yeah. But
Pennywise, watch out.
Pennywise, he's giving you a run for your money. So, Art as a villain is great. The plot and the other characters, meh. So, I'm willing to watch Terrifier 2 and 3 because people seem to like those better.
Okay.
And maybe it fixes some of the stuff that I don't like about Terrifier, but...
Because one of those came out recently, right?
Terrifier 3.
Because I remember people at the theater
Christmas of last year, I think it came out right around the same time as Nosferatu did. So, yeah. Okay. It was we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's why they wrote this movie. And I feel like I can't really talk about it too much without getting into spoilers, but this is such a good movie that it leans into satire, but it just has a really refreshing, interesting, fun take on these traditional tropes, on the gore, on everything that's happening. So
that's the perfect way to put it. It's just fun.
It's so much fun. I've been suggesting we watch this movie at our monthly scary movie night that Joanne and Brian host at their house, and for 5 months in a row, I'm cabin in the woods, the cabin in the woods, the cabin in the woods. And finally, we got to watch it all as a group. And I think it was a good mix of people who had never seen it before.
Yeah.
And people who had seen it before. I think this movie hits even better when you've seen it.
Yeah, you catch a lot of things that you didn't before.
Yeah. The second, third watch, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Because I think that there is a certain amount of attention to detail that is really interesting. And so when you watch it again, you're able to like really appreciate that.
Yep.
Okay. On April 13th of 2015, Peter Gallagher filed a copyright infringement lawsuit in California federal court against Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard, the creators of the film. He claimed that due to similarities between the film and his 2006 novel, The Little White Trip, A Night in the Pines, Whedon and Goddard had used his work without permission. It demanded $10 million in damages.
Wow.
And they were named as the defendants, along with the production company Mutant Enemy and the distributor, which was Lionsgate. But the case was dismissed 5 months later. I think it's kind of interesting whenever these things happen, because I think sometimes people can come up with the same idea, but sometimes it's a little bit sus. Like, did you hear the whole controversy with Together?
Yes.
Which I really liked. Did you guys ever watch
No, we never watched it. I told you I was going to miss that movie.
It's okay.
I told you. I'm sad that I did because it looked really good. And you said it's really
you
good.
should definitely watch it whenever you're able to watch it at home.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. But yeah, apparently, allegedly, Alison Brie and is it Dave?
Franco, yeah.
Yeah. I never remember which one's Dave and the other one. What's the other one's name?
There's Dave Franco
James.
and...
It's Dave. It's Dave Franco. I think they'd been approached with a script that was really, really similar to that many years ago, and then they made this movie, using that premise, and so it kind of puts a damper on things. Kind of like whenever...
But you did hear that the original screenplay and idea was before the book was released.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure... Okay, this is Instagram, okay? So, let's... Somebody said that the original author of the screenplay, before Dave and his wife came in, what's her name? Alison Brie. Before Dave and Alison came in, actually had written the idea and screenplay, like a rough draft of it, before the book came out, or before they were involved, or something like that.
Yeah. And
so they were able to prove through that there might have been some influence with that piece of work, but it wasn't it didn't originate there.
Okay.
So I think it's been dismissed, but I'm not really sure. I haven't followed the case.
Okay, well, you should research that on your own, people out there.
Yeah. But also
this is a different movie we're researching today.
You're so right. And that happens with music sometimes too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, okay, it's not that there's an infinity number of creative ideas and stories and plots and things that you can come up with. Sometimes things will just be similar to, especially because we're writing within the zeitgeist and within the culture of that work that is supposedly the original one. So it's just, I understand if someone completely and utterly exactly copies the work.
Nosferatu and Dracula,
right, like that. Come on, come on. So
but
blatant. Sometimes if it's similar, it doesn't always mean that you stole the idea from somebody else. So
correct.
I hope that this guy, what's his name, Gallagher. I hope that Peter Gallagher was able to find some sort of conclusion or
I would have to read the book, but also the case was dismissed. Yeah. But I'm also not a lawyer, so I don't know if that means they settled it, or the judge was you don't have anything, this isn't anything. So who knows? But I don't know. Maybe the book would be good. The Little White Trip, A Night in the Pines. I guess buy it and let me know if it's the same. Okay, I have a lot of miscellaneous details here. The thermal coffee mug / bong was a fully functional mug and bong as portrayed in the film. And the prototype cost $5,000 to make.
God, that's so stupid.
Which is so funny to me that they spent that amount of money on this prototype.
On the prototype.
I do think it is integral to the story. Would you say?
Yeah, for sure. But also, first of all, the ridiculousness of it, but then it also does play an important part.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can buy this somewhere.
I think these people are selling it on Facebook. www.coffeemugpipe.com. I'm going to go to this website.
Go, don't get a virus.
Coffee mug pipe. I'm risking it. Oh, site can't be reached. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's like you're not gonna find this on Amazon, but
Scam.
yeah, scam. But I think it's really funny. Okay. During the lake scene, so they're at this cabin. There's a lake. They all jump in the lake. The only student that doesn't jump into the lake is Marty. He's our shaggy look-alike, pothead college student. He remains fully clothed on the dock. And this was partially because Fran Kranz, who played Marty, was actually really ripped. Especially in comparison to the other students. So in the commentary for the film, the writers joked that he was ripped like muscular Jesus.
Okay, I kind of want to see it.
No, I looked him up. He looked pretty ripped, and it was like the hair kind of ripped.
Dang. More ripped than Chris Hemsworth.
I don't think he looked more ripped than Chris Hemsworth, but he did look very ripped, which I think, it wouldn't coincide with, the whole character that he was playing. So they put him in baggy clothes, and he didn't jump in the lake. A lot of Drew Goddard's inspiration for this movie came from his own upbringing in Los Alamos, New Mexico, which is a place filled with scientists and coworkers all going about their business and living seemingly routine and ordinary lives, even though they were building nuclear weapons that could potentially destroy the entire world.
Literally.
This is so funny because my husband has a friend. His name is James. Shout out James and his wife Leah, if you're watching. But they both worked for like a government facility. I'm not sure if it was Arizona or New Mexico. I don't know. I haven't talked to them in a long time. But they, like, whenever they go to work, they're working on missiles and, like, weapons. And they, like, whenever they go to work, they lock their phones in, like, lockers. And, like, they can't take them in. And everything is, like, top secret. So, when last time I saw them, like, it was, like, a wedding. And I was like, oh, like, what are you working on at work? And James was like, I can't tell you. It's illegal for me to tell you. I was like, okay, cool. Excellent. Great.
I mean, there are people like that working on top secret stuff that's true. If you ask them, they would be like, well, I really can't tell you. Those are state secrets. These are
military companies. So they're making like weapons from what I can understand. So I think that's really interesting. And I feel like, you're just like, your office job is to make like, that's kind of crazy. And I can see how that would influence this story. And so that makes me feel like maybe this is an original story and maybe any coincidence were just... Any similarities were just coincidental.
Yeah.
During production, MGM saw the dailies of a scene where Chris Hemsworth instructs his friends, and on the basis of this performance, they signed him on for Red Dawn. So basically, this was his audition for that.
What are the dailies of a scene? Oh, like the daily shoots?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
During the shooting. And then 2 days later, Hemsworth was also chosen to play the lead in Thor. So this was like quite a year for Chris Hemsworth.
Good for him.
Booked making a movie, booked a second movie, booked a Marvel movie. Like, he's cashing in on those Marvel checks.
Dude, good for him.
And then Red Dawn was also delayed, as well as Cabin in the Woods was, because of, MGM selling, distribution rights to these films to Lionsgate.
I love that for him because I think he's like a decent actor. Yeah. He's like good. But he's also just really pretty to look at.
Yeah.
And he's funny, too, actually.
And also, due to those delays, these movies were actually released a year after Thor was released. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because he was working on these first. I don't know. That stuff is crazy. Like, I mean, I guess we're like that sometimes because we'll record the podcast and then we'll release some episodes.
Right. It's exactly like Chris Hemsworth.
We are basically like him.
We're basically Chris Hemsworth. What can I say?
Yeah.
Joan Hemsworth.
Mar Hemsworth. Yeah, that's literally it. Okay, let's talk about the wolf making out scene.
Okay.
Which we've already talked about, so it's not a spoiler. But when Jules kisses the wolf head on the wall, the wolf's tongue was actually covered in powdered sugar to give it a dusty look and to make the scene more tolerable for Anna Hutchinson, who played this character. Because she
give me that sweet wolf tongue.
She goes in. Like, this was the only part of the movie where I looked away.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's true.
Crazy. She goes in, no holds barred. Is that the thing? Is that the same?
Probably.
I don't know. English is not
I'm
my
not
first
from here.
language. Yeah, I'm not from here. Okay, this movie has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is really well deserved. And it made, it doubled and a little bit more its budget. So its budget originally was $30 million, $5,000 of which they spent on the bong. And the box office was $69.9 million.
Hey,
yeah, I think the bong money was worth it.
The bong money was really totally worth it.
A lot of stuff.
I mean, they made it back, so.
Absolutely. they totally made it back.
They made it back.
But I feel like the iconography of this bong and the.
Oh my God. When he pulls that thing out, it's so iconic.
When he folds it into a mug.
Yeah.
Crazy, because
he's just smoking.
It's
anyway.
crazy. And he. Freaking white neighborhoods. He's just out in the streets.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay.
Oh man. That's it for
no spoilers. Yeah, the rest
yeah.
I have a couple more things, but they're a little spoilery, so I think it's time we go into our spoiler section.
Fabulous. So listener, if you have not watched the movie and don't want to be spoiled, then please skip ahead or pause the movie or pause the podcast, watch the movie and come back.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go over the things that you had to skip because
Okay. When I was talking about this movie earlier, you have all these different monsters that can be summoned by this ritual that they're doing to try to save the world. So they had close to 1,000 people that were turned into 60 different monster types, which I think is insane. Like, I know the makeup department was going crazy on this. Also, the US ritual, which was, at the cabin, was not the only ritual. So the other countries are also doing rituals just to make sure that, one sticks, and they all fail. Obviously including the US one, but the references that we see in the rituals are references to classic horror films. So the Kyoto ritual in Japan is a reference to The Ring or Ringu. The Buenos Aires ritual is a reference to King Kong. Stockholm ritual is a reference to John Carpenter's The Thing. And the Madrid ritual appears to be a reference to Dracula, which I think is really neat. Like, if you go rewatch this movie, you can kind of pay attention to those details a little bit closer, which is why earlier I said I think this movie hits better when you watch it more than once. Also, you have this creepy dude with a golden sphere, and he's named in the credits as Fornicus, Lord of Bondage and Pain.
Period. That's a Hellraiser reference.
I love it.
Did you catch that?
No.
Okay, yeah. So Hellraiser, Pinhead, yeah. If you've never seen, have you seen Hellraiser?
I've not seen it, but I can picture Pinhead.
Listen, Hellraiser is such an incredible film and series. Honestly, even like the bad movies are fun because like you just like continue the story basically. But yeah, Hellraiser is so. The main idea of Hellraiser is you have this puzzle box and it promises you like all the glorious things or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you unlock it, it summons demons from hell. And like it's basically like a gateway to hell. And then you get all these like demons coming in who are like the lords of pain and like torture. And they're like, we have such sights to show you. And like all this other stuff.
You know what that reminded me of? You know Killua's brother from Hunter x Hunter?
Yes.
The one with all the pins in his head?
Yes. Totally a reference.
That's what I was thinking.
Totally a
yeah,
reference.
It's gotta be. There's no way. Unless
I mean,
they all came up with this idea originally all by themselves, which could happen, I guess.
I mean, Hellraiser was like the 70s?
No, I feel like these are probably definitely references to Hellraiser.
87.
Okay, yeah. Definitely predates Hunter x Hunter as well as The Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fornicus, great name. The Latin that Dana reads from the diary it's Dolor Supervivo Caro, Dolor Sublimis.
Don't read the Latin.
Caro, Dolor Ignio, Animus. Why? Okay, and it means pain outlives the flesh, pain raises the flesh, and pain ignites the spirit.
I love Marty because he is the high one.
Yeah.
And also the one with the only amount of sense. He's like, okay, I'm drawing a line in the sand here.
Well,
don't read the Latin.
It turns out that like the strain of weed that he was smoking was basically making him immune to all the gases that they were pumping into the house that were making them act this way. So that's why the bong was so important, and it's such an integral part of the story. It was worth $5,000.
Yeah, he was the only one being like, what's going on?
Literally.
Even when Chris Hemsworth's character was acting all broy, he's like,
yeah, like
he's
who
a
are you?
sociology like candidate or
Yeah.
whatever for PhD or master's or whatever, and he's like, have you ever heard of him talk this way? Like, so it was definitely interesting to see. One thing about, not that it bothers me per se, because for this movie you really have to suspend disbelief, but like,
yeah.
they're supposed to be quote unquote sacrificed. They're supposed to die on their own accord. So like someone can't just like go in and sacrifice them.
Yeah.
Like they have to die from their own decisions. But I'm like, where is that line drawn to where like they can pump them full of chemicals basically, and then they're essentially being influenced to make these decisions?
Yeah.
Is that really their decisions, or is it fabricated?
They're like, they're very, very much influencing these kids.
Yes.
The part that was crazy, one of the parts that was crazy is like one of the characters, Jules, when you first see her, she's like, do you like my new blonde hair? And they're like, yeah, we put stupid chemicals in the hair to make her like ditzy and the typical like stereotype.
Because they're all like in college. She's pre-med.
Yeah.
So she's not like a dumb girl.
Yeah. And then what's her face? Dana, I don't think she's really a virgin.
Dana? I don't know. I thought she was.
I don't think she's really a virgin because I think it was just like the idea of it.
It's like her virginal nature.
The essence. I don't really know, but
And I love also how the virgin could be sacrificed, but she didn't have to be sacrificed because
as long as she was the last to die.
As long as she was the last one to die or not die, because of the final girl trope.
Yeah.
That archetype.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Yeah. You're so right.
Yeah, she's the final girl because she's the virgin of the group. And so like if she dies, good. If she doesn't die, that's okay. Like she doesn't need to be sacrificed.
Oh my God, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
That's so really great. Fun. And then of course, Marty, she is gonna die. Like
everyone's gonna die. Yeah.
She's about to die, and then Marty pulls up with his bong. With the bong coffee mug.
Coffee mug that is now a club.
Okay. Whenever you went down to the cellar.
Yeah.
Whenever they went down to the cellar. Which artifact were you really hoping they would like activate?
Gosh, can I remember? Do you have a list of them? I don't remember them.
I really didn't. Like what were they? The Wagners, the Heckners, the redneck zombie family.
Zombie torture family.
Like, I wanted it to be the merman.
Honestly, that merman would have been cool.
Yeah.
But like, how would they have worked that into the? Oh, there's a lake.
They would have had to go swimming.
There's a lake. Yeah.
They would have had to go swimming, but I think so. Jules, I know she's looking at like a wedding dress.
Yes.
And
there's a pendant somewhere.
Jesse's character is looking at. It's like a little ballerina box.
I'm gonna say the puzzle.
Oh yeah.
I want that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Oh my God.
Hellraiser
that would have been so,
all over again.
So cool, but
I love that.
we get the
but who the freaking heck picks up a diary and then reads out loud this incantation for summoning demons? That's crazy.
They were high on the dumb juices that they were pumping into the cabin.
I freaking guess.
Also, I really want to talk about the scene where they just got to the cabin, and then you have Jesse's character, which let me actually find out his real name. So it's Holden. And so Jules and Kurt, so Kurt is Chris Hemsworth, they're trying to set up Dana and Holden. I think Dana's just been through a breakup or something, so like it's totally a setup. They're both hot, like duh. So they show up at this cabin, and Jesse, sorry, what's his name? Holden, goes into his room and there's this creepy painting of like a goat being murdered. Can I say something crazy here? I would have been like, that's kind of random. Yeah. Like, that's kind of goth and metal. I'm going to leave that out.
I think I would have left it.
He takes it down and it's a double-sided mirror. So he's looking at Dana in the other room.
And she's getting undressed.
Yeah, she's getting undressed. And he's just like, for a second, he's like, And then he's like, wait a minute. Yeah. And he goes.
Shout out to good guy Holden, bro.
Shout out.
That's so
Shout out. And then they switch rooms, and then Holden is in the room being watched, and Dana is in her room, and she's like,
Because he's ripped AF.
He looks great.
He looks amazing.
And then she ends up putting, a blanket over. But I thought that was really funny, and it kind of like establishes like the characters, because I do like them.
Yeah.
Which I think is something that can happen whenever you have these like tropes being pushed. I tend to really not like certain characters. Like typically like the buff, like annoying, like athlete, quote unquote. I'm usually like, okay, like why are you being so macho?
I just like looking at him.
That's true. No, I do like.
I just don't pay attention to what they're saying.
Pretty.
Literally.
He's pretty. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I don't know where I'm going. I feel like my head's
but you like the characters despite them filling their archetypes completely, essentially.
Yeah.
Because like that's what the dumb juice does. It's like it fills all of the archetypes.
But you can tell that underneath the dumb juice there's more, because I think they do a good job at the very beginning of the film, which is not a lot of it. They do a really good job of, I guess, establishing their characters, so you kind of get a good idea for who they are. And also, we should talk about the scene where they stop to get gas, because that's like a critical point in the film. Like, they have to stop at this creepy gas station, they have to be creeped out by this creepy man, and they have to still choose to go to the cabin. Like, that's a whole part of the ritual where they have to make that conscious decision to move on, despite this clear red flag that's been thrown literally in their faces. And you kind of get a sense of all of them and like who they are and like what they're about, because they haven't really like been like dumb juicified,
except for what's her face, the blonde.
Yes, but I think it's a thing where it's like slow acting, so it's like over time like it affects her brain more, which is crazy. And then simultaneously to what's happening in the film to the college kids, you get these glimpses of everybody working in the subterraneous who is part of this whole ritual, and it's all very like clinical and it's all very sterile, and they're wearing like like button-up shirts and ties, and they kind of have these little like
it's very scientific, it's very like it's very methodical, and it almost speaks to like they are the writers of the horror story, to where it's like they're so formulaic in what they have to do, and it speaks to how formulaic horror was getting at this time. Because I will say, like, if I must think back on it, like the 2000s and the 2010s, even some of it, a lot of horror just really wasn't that great.
Yeah.
To be honest, so like just thinking back myself from all of those things. Now in the 2020s, like we're getting a lot of really cool stuff. Like we're getting Sinners, we're getting The Substance, we're getting Nosferatu, we're getting like
Together,
we're getting Together, Weapons, we're getting Talk to Me, like all of those incredible horror films. Yeah. I mean, I feel like honestly, like the Academy needs to get their shit together and like start nominating and like allowing some of these films to win.
Honestly, like
they're honest to God good films.
I think Sinners deserves
some
copious nominations.
Music. Honestly, it deserves music, in my opinion.
Yes.
I don't know. Sure. I feel like we really need to take a step back and really appreciate horror for just coming out with some like really incredible filmmaking, creative, original films. Yeah. That honestly, in my opinion, like I said, in the 2000s, 2010s even, they just weren't that much.
And I think Sinners, like even, I think Sinners is really likely to get some of these nominations because I think it does transcend horror.
Yeah.
I think Sinners is probably like maybe my favorite film that I've seen this year. Like period, not horror, like favorite film overall. But there's been some there's been some good shit lately,
there's some really good stuff, but so it's funny with Joss Whedon saying that this is a love-filled hate letter to horror of the times, because it was becoming formulaic, it was becoming very scientific, it was becoming like just give them gore and they'll and it was becoming stagnant. So I'm glad it's really funny that this
you
was
have your tropes, you do this, it's like you're so right. I also love about the office setting that it's kind of like a regular office setting, and they're kind of like, little arguments with each other, and they kind of like shit on other departments. They're like, oh, you guys in chemistry, you're always doing this, and like oh yeah, like the guys in so they always pick the same. The Buckners. They're called the Buckners. I just
Yes,
remembered.
the Buckners. Yes.
So it kind of gives you the sense that this is something that has been going on for a really long time.
Yeah, I mean it's giving like since the beginning.
Yeah, but it's so mysterious because
Yeah.
you don't really know
We don't
what's
know.
going on yet. But then it also breaks up the film so much because you're going back and forth. You know, once things really get going, you're going back and forth between these kids being brutally murdered by this redneck zombie family, the Buckners, and their husbands bulge. And
Their husband
and
bulge.
these
I
people
hate that.
betting on which of the monsters are going to be summoned, and it's just kind of crazy.
What's Kevin?
Kevin was inspired by, oh my god, I didn't write it down. Kevin was inspired by a character in another movie, but we don't know what he is. Like, there's no, hold on.
Wait, that's anticlimactic. You said you knew.
I knew the movie, The Woods, Kevin. Kevin is a seemingly young boy who is capable of setting up notoriously deadly traps. Okay.
Oh,
I think Kevin
Home
is a
Alone.
reference to Home Alone.
Home Alone.
That's not what I read online,
it.
though. That's crazy. Wait,
That makes
no.
sense.
I don't think this is. Hold on.
Girl,
This.
how does it not make sense? It fits. Like, Kevin will fuck your shit up. Have you ever watched?
No, this someone's okay. So that's someone's comment, which I think is really funny and a really funny interpretation. But then someone says, in all seriousness, Drew Goddard described Kevin as a perfectly nice, normal fellow, the kind of person who wears sweaters and works at Best Buy, and then he'd cut your head off. I think maybe Kevin is just like a serial killer.
Okay.
But he's summoned by a film strip. If someone looks at the entire strip. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm choosing to believe that Kevin is
It's Home Alone.
Home Alone.
I'm gonna say that.
I think that's so much funnier.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's Kevin
Yeah.
from Home Alone. I'm gonna start spreading this rumor. I started.
Yes, correct.
What were you gonna say? Have I watched?
No, have you watched the? It's like a legitimate horror movie, but it's like this kid, and he's basically Home Aloneing his friends, and it like shit goes like way too far, and they're like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, what? Like, you never seen this?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up and let you know, because hold on, let me look it up.
That's crazy. He's Home Aloneing. I like Home Aloneing as a verb. Home Aloneing.
It's Better Watch Out. Oh my god.
Oh.
Bro, Better Watch Out. That movie is kind of crazy, actually. I think you should watch it.
Christmas movie.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the good, the bad, and the spooky. Ready?
Okay, I'm
All right,
ready.
what's your good?
Okay, the monsters. I love the monsters. I love the scene whenever the monsters are released into the underground, like into these labs, and all these elevators open up at the same time, and it's like ding, and it's chaos.
Yeah.
So fun. I just love this movie as a group movie. I also love the convertible to-go cup / bong, the coffee mug bong.
Yep.
Slay.
Yep.
I love the irony that the fool foils the whole plan. Because
yeah.
eventually, like they think, first of all, also, why wouldn't they check or have some sort of biomonitor to ensure that these people are killed? Because they see Marty being attacked by this little bitch, the Buckner lady, the little girl who, anyway. And they're like, okay, he's dead. And then turns out he beats her up with the bong, manages to survive. Anyway, I think it's funny that he foiled the whole plan. Like, he kind of messed everything up because he didn't actually die. Why wouldn't they check if they're for sure dead? Like, I feel like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
The evil is defeated.
I also love that Japan failed and all the little girls turned the little ghost into a frog.
So cute. That is so
cute. So
if
funny.
I had special vanishing powers, that's what I would want to
Yeah, I would turn everyone into frogs. We have a little tree frog that sits in our front door. It's really cute. I love him.
Yay, maybe it's a ghost.
Maybe it's
Japanese
a ghost. Maybe it's a Japanese ghost. Joanne, what's your good?
For me, it's the writing, honestly. Like, the comedy moments are so good. Because, like, the horror moments are kind of there, but they're not really... Maybe there's, like, one jump scare that kind of got me.
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, it's not scary, but it's really funny.
It's
and
clever.
Kind of introspective in a way. Like, it makes fun of itself. It's very self-aware like that. I love Marty.
Yes.
I think he's my favorite character.
Yes.
I feel like we see ourselves a lot in Marty because he's the only one who's not being affected by the dumb Jews.
Yeah, so he's like, why would you do that?
He's like aware of everything.
Yes,
and so we're very much like, yeah, Marty, like, why is he doing that? Like,
you're
all this
so
other
right.
stuff. Yeah.
You're so right. Also, okay, justice for the intern. The poor intern. First of all,
you should have let the intern take it.
How do you get into that? How do you get into...
I know. Which college program will hook you up with sacrificing the innocent? Like,
I so badly want to know if he was an unpaid intern. In which case, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What? First of all, no internship should be unpaid. Like, experience does not pay the bills.
Experience.
Come on.
So
what? Yeah, was that the end of your good? Sorry,
how hot Chris is.
With the buzz cut? I'm a sucker for a buzz cut. I don't know what it is.
And
like in
honestly,
Wheel of Time, how Rand has a buzz cut. Yeah. Now I'm like,
yeah, because he definitely, like, it glows him up, like it grows him up too.
Yeah,
like,
it
he
makes
looks more mature.
Yes, for sure.
And this is a character flaw of mine. I completely understand, but the more jock he acted, the more I was attracted to him. I was like, oh my god, you're so dumb, and I love. Oh, it was like himbo. It was like a himbo moment.
Himbo. The himbofication.
I
of a
love the
sociology
himbofication.
major.
Mariana's next novel. The himbofication of a sociology major.
That's actually so funny.
That's amazing.
I have the opposite. Like, I am most attractive to skinny, nerdy guys.
I love that.
That is my type.
I mean, literally, you married one.
That is my husband, and he wears contact lenses most of the time. But when I started dating him, he was wearing glasses, and then he started dating contacts. And every time he puts his glasses on at night, I'm like, "You look so good with glasses on. I feel like you tricked me. Like you got me, you reeled me in with the glasses, and then you took it away."
It's giving take your girl swimming or something.
Yeah. Like, take your date's contacts out of their eyeballs.
No, I definitely, yeah.
He just looks, you know what he looks like? He looks like the guy from Atlantis. What's his name? Milo.
Milo.
He looks like Milo.
Logan does?
I think so. When he's wearing glasses.
Wait.
And he's got these, like, Atlantis, Milo.
We need
he's
to
got
confirm.
these big, like this is Logan if his hair was darker. Wait, that's not a good picture.
We need to confirm. That's crazy.
Like, that's Logan.
Okay, I see it, but I see it though.
Okay, like the vibe. Logan's hair is a little lighter, but I mean, yes, especially like when he's like not wearing a like a little tank top, a slutty little tank top.
Yeah, yes. Logan's lean. Good for him.
He's lean. He's getting more and more lean, and I'm like, I'm into this too, but also that's not what you were selling me when we first got together. What is happening?
It's okay. People evolve and improve.
That's true. Also, Logan is actually really buff whenever we first met because he was like hitting the gym a lot.
Period. King.
So he was this like nerdy glasses wearing buff guy.
Period.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Chris Hemsworth was giving.
You're right.
Anyway, what's your bad?
I think at one point he was wearing glasses. Oh my god. Okay.
Telling you, what's your bad?
My bad is the world ends at the end of the movie, which is really scary.
I guess.
But it is a little bit cheesy, and it really leans into it shamelessly, ultimately in a good way.
Maybe it was a metaphor for the destruction of the formulaic horror movie.
I think so. I think we got some more.
It was a metaphor for destroying the horror movie archetype formulas.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it started something, but I'm trying to think about like scary movies that have come out like since then, but not so recent.
So many.
And I do think that there's still some of those stereotypes, but I feel like if anything, we got to see more movies that are sort of similar to this one, where it's like horror that's kind of like aware of itself and like aware of what's happening.
I mean, there's always going to be bad horror movies, just like there are bad movies in general. True. But I think they did a really great job with exposing the bad parts of horror films and then like making it fun.
For sure. It's so fun. I mean, I know that I always come up with something because, you know, we have a section specifically titled The Bad. So, like, I can't, you know, I gotta say something. But I love this movie. And I mean, we're gonna rate it later, but I freaking, like, this is a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, well, it's a 92, but to me, it's a 95. I'll have to do that math later when we do our rating system. But anyway, also, the term husband's bulge. Not a fan of that.
Husband bulge.
A husband bulge.
A husband bulge is crazy.
It's such a funny thing to call a boner.
I know, for real. Like, hello.
But you know, also the whole story with what's her name, Patience Buckner. It's kind of sad, and it implies that she was sexually assaulted. So that was not fun. So I didn't really love. I wasn't super into the husband's bulge. But there were some like funny quotes. Like I think at one point someone's like, it's like, what do you want? And it's like, more than anything, I want for this moment to end. That's such funny writing.
That's so good.
I'm going to adopt that into my personal vernacular.
Yes, correct.
From now on. So it's really funny. Joanne, what's your bad?
The first time I watched this movie, I didn't know what it was, and I didn't realize what it was. So I went into it kind of serious, like, oh, like I'm gonna watch this like scary movie, and then I was like very confused by the end, because I was like, that wasn't scary. Like, what was happening? Yeah. And so I think, so then the second and like subsequent times I've watched this movie, I have taken it less and less seriously, and I've enjoyed it more and more and more.
Yes.
So I think that the more unserious you are while watching this movie, the better. Honestly, we should like think of a drinking game.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Also because you have to suspend disbelief to watch this movie. And sometimes like whenever, like horror movies where you have to suspend disbelief, they tend not to be my favorites because they don't scare me as much because I'm like, this is fake. Yeah. But with this one, if you suspend disbelief and you just go with it, it's just so fun.
Yeah, because it's not meant to scare you. It's,
correct.
It's meant to be introspective. It's meant to be observant of the genre. So, you know, again, the more unserious you go into it, realizing it's a comedy horror truly, the more you will enjoy this movie. Also, I want a Japanese schoolgirl spinoff. I want a 10 episode mini-series from Netflix with the Japanese schoolgirls and the ritual.
It's so funny.
They're so cute.
So funny.
And they're so funny. It's cute, it's funny, and who doesn't love a Japanese ghost?
Yeah, literally like...
The Ring, The Grudge, hello?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I love that.
I want that. What's your spooky?
Okay, The Cellar.
Oh, yeah.
In a movie, every time it's like, we gotta go to the attic, we gotta go to the basement. No!
Yeah.
No, don't go to the attic.
Especially
don't go to the
not
basement.
alone.
No. So, well, they don't go alone, but also it's full of like creepy artifacts.
She was going to go in alone because they dared her to go.
That's true.
And I know she did it because she didn't want to be a little bitch. Because they were like, oh, she's not going to do it. You always say truth. And then you're going to... And I'm like, that's... I don't know. I'm a party pooper myself, actually. Like, I would be like, no, I'm not doing that.
Me as well. Me as well. I'll be like...
I would be such a buzzkill. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't invite me to your parties.
No, when it comes to stuff, like legit, okay, I'm going to tell a story. When I was a child in Colombia, I lived in an apartment complex, so it was like all enclosed. And so during Halloween, my mom didn't always come trick-or-treating with me because I would literally go out with all the other children and we would run around this apartment complex and we would go like up all the different towers to like the different apartments. And I was maybe 9 and I was out with my friend who lived in the same complex, and sometimes the older kids would like scare the younger kids, and there was like a subterranean garage where people would park their cars, and so these older kids approach us, like a little gaggle of children, and they're like, oh my god, like you need to come down to the basement, like there's a police officer down there giving out candy, and it's like really good candy. And my friend and like other friends, they're like, oh my god, like let's go. And I was like, they're totally gonna scare you. And they're like, no, they're like, it'll be fine, like we should go. And I was like, I'm not going. And they were like, what?
Period.
I was like, I'm not going.
Too smart.
Not going. And I did not go, and they got scared and they ran back up crying, and I was like, I told you.
Period.
I told you. I knew that was coming and I didn't go, and I stood my ground.
Not getting scared.
Literally.
Queen of insight checks. That was a D20, bitch, okay?
With proficiency, so it was like a 22 or something.
Period.
I was on it, but I knew exactly what was happening, and I was like, I'm absolutely not doing that to myself.
No, I would not either, actually.
I get that. What's your spooky, Joanne?
All the monsters were pretty spooky. I love all the monsters. They were really freaking cool.
Yes.
That whole facility was amazing. Like,
so cool.
I don't know. I just want more of this, to be honest with you. Another thing to add to my bad is that we never got a sequel or something like.
Yes.
I really just want to watch more of this.
It would have needed to be a prequel because the world ends at the end.
Well, you're right. Or maybe it starts off right there and she was like, wait, psh, and she kills Marty and then he goes back to sleep. I don't know, whatever.
Okay,
so,
what would you have done? Like,
I would have killed him. I
would have killed him too.
I'm like, Marty, I love you, pero like.
I would have, like, clearly the fate of the world is at stake. Like, clearly. This is like the ultimate trolley problem.
And
it's like
this is
one person versus the whole world, and the person's gonna die anyway. Like, are you kidding me?
And this is Sigourney Weaver telling you, so you have to do it.
And Sigourney Weaver's like, kill yourself. I'm like, bet.
Like, she's like, the world depends on you. And I wouldn't even let her finish.
Yeah,
like,
no, okay, that was really crazy. The fact that, like, whatever they decided to do, Marty was gonna die. But if you killed him, then the world gets to live.
That's what I didn't get.
That is insane to me. Like, this was like the ultimate, like, you know, it's what is it? Oh my god, I always forget this word. It's the
ethical dilemma?
No. Oh my
god. Moral?
It's like they were being stubborn for, like, the sake of being stubborn. It's the my god, Logan would know. It's the principle. It's like they were like, no, it's the principle of the thing. So I'm not gonna kill Marty. I'm sorry, Marty.
I would have killed Marty.
I'm sorry. She should have. Like, the ethical thing to do would have been to kill Marty. I'm sorry, Marty. I'm sorry to Marty, but that's the truth.
I'm also afraid of having a friend who would read the Latin. I'm afraid of that. So if you're that friend, just let me know before we go to any cabins.
Dude, it's Logan. Logan, like, doesn't believe in any of that stuff. So, like, Logan fully
Bro, there's no freaking way.
He will do a bunch. I mean, you know how he is. He loves sacred items. He loves.
That's true. It's like it doesn't matter if they're cursed, baby. I'm taking that cursed ring. He will take the
cursed items when he plays video games, and like he doesn't really. He's a skeptic.
No,
so
it's true.
He fully said, "Oh yeah, I would play with a Ouija board. I would do all this shit." And I'm like, no.
I have almost completed Baldur's Gate 3 with Logan, and can confirm he would. In fact,
every single time,
he got turned into a mind flayer. As a matter of, he was like, "Yeah, I'll swallow the worm." He had his character literally eat the worm, which he didn't need to do.
It's crazy, and also like, oh my god, what were we doing? Great. Oh my god, I can't remember. I think we were. Oh no, it's like when we play D&D sometimes, where we're like, you know, you're DMing, or maybe we're doing a one shot. And it's always like, oh, you know, it's this glowing red dagger in a chest that says, do not take. And Logan's like, I'm taking it. Every single time he takes the dagger.
To be fair, crazy. I do it too because the drama.
I just don't, that's not how I work.
Because of the drama, I'm like,
I can't do it. I can't do it, not me.
I will die. All right, so what would you rate this movie? Let's rate this movie by the number of sacrifices that you would complete.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like 5. I love this movie.
5 out of 5 Sacred. You've saved the world.
Everyone dies, even the virgins. Sorry.
I would rate it, I'm gonna give it 4.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's definitely like, it's a good film, but definitely it's not like one of those I would put like at the very top of my lexicon. Like if someone was like, I haven't watched Cabin in the Woods or Sinners, I'd be like, you should watch Sinners. Yeah.
I just love I love it. Yeah. No, I was gonna be like, maybe I should amend that, but no.
Yeah.
It's a 5 for me.
5, period. Yeah, that's great. Now let's see if Letterboxd agrees with our ratings. In this section, we read memorable Letterboxd reviews that are interesting. Honestly, just if they're freaking funny, I put them on here. So
I love this part.
You want to go first?
Yes.
No, wait. Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Okay. So this is Nagomi. Why does Marty look like the human version of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo? Thank you.
He does. He is.
Yes,
he's Shaggy coded. Yeah.
Completely Shaggy coded.
So these next two I'm gonna read because it's funny that they're like one right after the other. Bethany, who gave it 2 stars, boo, said, after countless rewatches, I have finally settled on the fact that this film is not good, and that's okay. Followed immediately by Haley saying, oh, you don't like this? Well, you're wrong.
Indeed.
Honestly.
Indeed.
Like, okay, I will admit that not all movies are for everybody, but like this is objectively like a good film. Like it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like, do you sit down and are you entertained by it? Did it make you chuckle? Did it like give you the heebie-jeebies at one point? Yeah. Just enjoy it, girl.
Yeah. Like, if you didn't get the heebie-jeebies watching that girl make out with that wolf, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Period.
Okay, this is Jay. Further proof Chris Hemsworth is on the jock spectrum.
Yeah, but he's like jock. Yeah. No, I was
He's
gonna
on
argue
the jock
that,
himbo spectrum.
Yes, I love. All right, this is by Aaliyah. This is how the world ends, not with a whimper, but a joint. Because the weed was what was keeping him from. Yeah. Anyway, and that about does it for today. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the podcast, tell your friends about us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and rate us 5 stars in whatever app or podcast service you use to bring on the spooks.
Please follow us on our socials by going to scarymovienights.com, or you can look us up on any platform. You can also message us through our socials or by sending an email to spooky@scarymovienights.com.
Tell us what you think about The Cabin in the Woods. How many sacrifices would you go through for the movie and the world, I guess?
For the world. It's for the world. You have to watch it.
You have to kill them.
Do you even...
I'm Joan.
I'm Mariana.
And thanks for joining us for another scary movie night. See you in 2 weeks. Stay spooky. I'm so happy you finally won. This is like such a big moment for you.
This is momentous. This really is such an iconic moment for me. I will remember it forever.